Hello everybody. Happy Wednesday. I'm so glad you could join me in the stamp room today. My name is Colleen Magnus and today you are creating with Colleen. So I am not going to dilly-dally a lot today because I have my grandbabies coming. Everett should be here in about 15 minutes and then I'm going to pick Tyler Joe up at 2 and we're going to play our day away. Now of course Danny said, well weren't they just here? And I was kind of like, yeah, you know. Saturday night and Sunday, but I won't see him this weekend because we have a busy weekend. So now is a great day. We normally talk about the weather. Well, let's see. Yesterday was a little rainy. Today is 77 and cloudy, very windy. So all I know is that it's warm and that's why I want the kids so we can be outside and play. Now tomorrow's 48 degrees for our high, so that's Virginia. You get it all in a week, sometimes all in a day. So what I want to share with you today are some new products that are coming up on our online exclusives, and they will be available to customers on March 5th, which is next week, y'all. Can you believe that? I'm just going to blame it on February being a short month. So they will be available then. I'm going to show you a bundle and a suite. I'm going to create with one of the bundles, and I want to focus on making your cards soft. You know, sometimes you have the bold colors. Of course, you always have your special folds, which I love. But today it's just a simple card, and I'm going to show you how to do some soft textures that you can use. Because then I love, soft card for sympathy, get well, birthdays, basically anything. But that's what we are doing today. So without further ado, I am going to, let me boot up my computer, and I'm going to turn off my lights. So hopefully you don't see the shadows. Give me just a second. Okay, here we go. Well, it's not too bad. You can still see me. Maybe next time I'll just leave them off. So let me go ahead and turn us around. And we are going to get started. See who I have with me today. Let's see. I love y'all when y'all come in on Wednesdays. So I've got Jody in Ohio. I have Mary here, cold and windy in Indiana. Yeah, thankfully we're warm and windy. Hey, Steph, good to see you. Hello, Renee. Sunny and 61 in Western New York. Nice. But yeah, it's going to tank. Hold on. She said 30s in the afternoon. So, it's just all the weather that we have. Hello, Judith. Let me see. Nope, Stephanie's right around the block. She's actually part of my Stampin' family on my team. She was family long before that, though. So glad you're here, Steph. Hey, Jolene, good to see you popping in here. And Diane, nice to see you. Carol, Gwen, Cindy, Brandlin. Woo! We got a good full house. Thank you all for coming. So let me share this is the suite I'm going to share, and then we're going to create with the bundle. On March 5th, we are going to have a whole new bunch of online exclusive products coming out. It's just the way that Stampin' Up! Keeps, fresh product in front of us, lots of fun things, but you can only see them online. So if you go to my website and under menu, you'll see shop products, hit the online exclusives, and that's where you will see these products. Of course, these, you're not going to see them till March 5th, but I can see them now. So this is a fun bundle. It's called Latte Love, and technically it's kind of out of my element. I love coffee, don't get me wrong, love a good cup of coffee, but I typically haven't bought some of the coffee sets, so I thought it was time. I mean, how many of us give Starbucks gift cards as gifts? So how cute would that be with this? So this is a stamp set here. It is a photopolymer stamp set. You can see through it. Look how cute that little cup is. So you can, stamp on your insides for your fancy little froth. I guess that's what they call whipped cream. And then you have these really cool dies, which I'll be sharing with you soon. And with the dies, I mean, you can make a French press. You have your spoon, your cups. These pieces in here will make an actual coffee pot. You can stamp out the cups. It's just going to be a lot of fun, y'all. So I'm really, really glad that I got it. And then from here, since it is a suite, we also have the designer series paper. So we have all of these. Loving the pecan pie. Love the colors too. So you know we have designs on both sides of our designer series paper. Splatters. Lord knows if you have coffee, you got to have splatters. My splatters usually go up to the stamp ring. But since I did the cleaning around here, it's okay. I'll just wipe them up myself. And I love this. Woo! Love the colors there. Love that petal pink. We have little hearts. So lots and lots of fun with this designer paper. Because y'all know Stampin' Up! Has the best designer paper. And I'm not just saying that because I'm with Stampin' Up! Been around the block and I'm telling you, it's the best. Now these are great. These are adhesive backed swirl dots. And I don't know if you can see this. They actually come in the 3 colors, but it's really fun because they are actually swirled. Kind of like that whipped cream on the coffee. So they have a swirl to them. So these are wonderful because then of course they coordinate with all our colors. And then you have this really fun neutral polka dot latte ribbon. So lots of fun things you're going to see with that. Now this, a little latte, it's called a little latte collection. That is the item number and that is the price. So you get all of that for $77.25. But again, I'm going to tell you how you can get it now, but you will not see this until March 5th if you are not a member of Stampin' Up! So now let me show you. This is called, I love this right from the start, Magnolia Mood. And so this is a bundle, and I loved the stamp set. Y'all know I love the distinctive stamping, but look how realistic this is. It is just gorgeous, and this is what we're going to create with today. So you have the Magnolia Mood stamp set. It is a cling stamp, so it's the red rubber. And then you have the coordinating dies. So with the dies, you can stamp, look how pretty that stamps. You can stamp the Magnolia, and you can correct me if you want, but don't be surprised if I call it a dogwood. For some reason I was stuck on dogwood, but it is a Magnolia. I do know a little bit about gardening, just mostly just I know how to kill them. So anyways, this here is Magnolia Mood. These are stamps that cut out with the dies. And then these are some beautiful standalone dies. And again, I don't know if you can see the texture, but there's all kinds of little cuts and texture in here. Can never tell how well you can see, but trust me, this is beautiful. So for this bundle, it is going to be number 163507, and that is $54.75. So if you liked both of those that I just showed you, the bundle and the suite, well, just remember, celebration ends tomorrow. So with our celebration, you can join Stampin' Up! And you get to select $155 in product and only pay $99 with no shipping. That is option number 2. You still have option number 1, where you can select $125 in product, pay $99, and you get the really cool glass mat with the silicone mat and cleaning cloth. But with option 2, you could actually get both of those free, the Latte Suite and the Magnolia Mood, and you would still have $23 to spend and only pay $99. That's if you take option 2, where you get an extra $30 in free product. So it's $155 in product and only pay $99, and that's how you get it before March 5th, because you can include it in a starter kit. But if not, and you're not interested in that, then you can always just buy it as a customer on my website, creatingwithcolleen.com, on March 5th. So just remember, celebration ends tomorrow. It's been a good celebration. Lots of great products. So let me put this aside. Let me check here. Oh, Gwen's on the fence with this bundle. She's not a big coffee drinker, but she's seen so many pretty cards. You know, I had to get out of my box too, Gwen. I really did. Here's a card. Maybe this will help sell you. I made this with my friend Michelle Burkett White, and she had this card designed for us. And so you could see this is a couple different pieces to build the coffee pot. You have that in there. Hello there, let's catch up. I got a couple of these cards I need to send out. So I say give it a try. That's me. It took me out of my comfort zone, but I think I'm going to love it, Gwen. Hey, Michelle, glad you're here. So we are going to get Patty, glad you're here. Linda, So we are going to go ahead and keep rolling. Now this is a card that I'm going to make for you today. You know, this right here. And again, it's Magnolia Mood. But I'm going to show you how to do some really soft coloring. I am going to show you the soft texture and even how to make a really soft background on here. So getting started, what we're going to do, let me show you pieces that you're going to need. You're going to need a piece of 5.5 by 8.5 of the petal pink, and you're scoring that at 4 1/4 because that will make your standard card size. Then you're going to need a piece of 3.5 by 3 1/4 inch pecan pie, and I embossed that already with the Basics 3D folder. So the Basics 3D folder is also an online exclusive. You get 3 folders in there, and 2 of them, all the textures are great, but 2 are a little bit louder than this go-to that I go to, the hatching. Let me get them out. You have these really cool dots, and they are like little balls on the paper. They're not flat at all. Very cool. Then you have this. It could be flowers. I also see starfish. So this is another one, but I wanted my texture even softer than that. So I have this, the third folder is like a little hatching. And I think it definitely, I don't know if you can even see that. Sure you can. It just lends itself to just some texture in the background without being too loud. Because I am a texture person. Now here I have a piece of 3 3/4 by 3.5 of the soft seafoam. And then I have a scrap of Very Vanilla. And that's like 4 inches by 3.5. So what you'll want to do first you can stop and take a screenshot. But within a week, I usually do get the picture of this and the link and also the picture of the project on my Facebook page. So here we'll go. Let's stamp this first. So for my Magnolia, I need to remember Magnolia. I don't know why I want to call it a dog one, except I do love those two. So I am going to, since I'm going to be using my blends, I am going to ink this up with my Memento ink. I want it to be a little more permanent than just using my classic ink, because with a classic ink, moisture or water kind of activates it, and when it does, it can smear. So I didn't know. I also thought about stamping it with early espresso, and I could try that, but I just, when I'm coloring this, I just didn't want you know, the ink to be pushing my stamped image around. So I have that. Now I'm going to color this. I'm going to show you a little trick in a minute. But here we'll just go ahead and take our 5.5 by 8.5 petal pink. You're going to fold that in half. Then we are going to take 3 3/4, 3.5 soft seafoam, and also the 3.5 by 3 1/4 pecan pie, and that will get matted on there. I'm not going to put this on there yet because I want to show you a second option. I'll just put these two together here. Oh, I hear little voices downstairs. Little man is here. So, he's so sweet. He is gorgeous too, let me tell you. And I'm not just saying that because I'm the grandma. He really, really is. All right, so to make my background here, a lot of times we have what is called Versamark. So Versamark is a clear, like a glycerin ink pad, and it is wonderful for a couple things. First of all, it will make a watermark. So if you have, say, a darker image, it works better on that than it does the lighter image on here. But you can also emboss with this. This is tacky, so when you stampin' it, put your heat embossing powder on it and heat it up, then you have that beautiful raised image. But that's another technique for another day. So that's what Versamark is. So when I first stamped in Versamark on here to get this light background, it was actually too light. So when I go with something like this, I will use tone on tone. So I'm going to use the petal pink ink on the petal pink cardstock. And with it being so light, it just breaks up that flat color, even though it's a beautiful color. I just like to have that little bit on here. I think the Versamark tends to work best when you have a darker color. So I'm just doing a collage. And when you do a collage, make sure you just turn your paper in all different directions. Make sure you go off the edge, because you don't want all your images to be stuck in the center. You want them to flow off the sides. And turn it around. I think it's just easier to turn your paper. So here, and there I have a background for my card base. So and I can put this on here, but I want to show you a second option when I do. Now for the words, I'll go ahead and just always open it up. You don't ever want to stamp. See how that comes up? So you don't ever want to take your stamp and try to do that, because it can push down and smear it. Always make sure you are flat when you are stamping. I can put it on here just for a visual. And I like the saying, thank you for being you. That's what makes us all unique, y'all. Don't ever try to be someone else. Just be you. That's how the Lord made you. So here we go. Straight down, straight up. And then, hey, Carol. Okay, Renee hasn't used her Magnolia yet. It's early, Renee. We'll have time to play. But I'm going to put this down on here, and I'm going to wait, because I want to show you another way to do something soft here. Now, when you go to color this, I chose to color it with my blending brushes, because I wanted a very soft look. I didn't want to do the blends, which I could have done, no problem. So in my card, I cut it out with the die that coordinates with it. So even if I got a little bit out the line, it's not really going to matter, because you have your die that cuts it out. So if you were way out here, not a problem, you're not going to see it. But I did want to show you a trick. Say if I wanted to stamp this and leave it on a square image like this. What I would end up doing is I just kind of made a template. So I made the template, just took this image, cut it out, and then I can actually put it on here, and that's going to guarantee that I'm not going to go past that mark. Because, you know, sometimes we get carried away. And that's okay. That just means you're having fun. But what I'll do, I just wanted to do this to show you. I'm still going to cut it with the die cutting machine. But I'm just going to just take a little piece of washi tape so it'll hold in place. And now when I do it, of course, I wouldn't go past that cut image, because I'm leaving it on a solid piece. So with this, it's kind of like putting a bib on. You know, you're not going to go past and get what's so messy. And then I'm just going to take the petal pink, and I kind of use the center here of my brush. And you just want to come on really light at first. And then you can blend in just a little bit extra. But I want soft. And I kind of want dark down here and softer on the edges. So kind of hit it first to see where you're at. And then you can come on out just a little bit on the edges. So again, here, more around the center is where I want it to be a little bit darker. And, oh my goodness, he's talking up a storm. No telling what he's saying. Grandma Pat is here too. What you know it, 2 weeks ago, my washing machine, it did bite the dust. We thought Danny had fixed it, but it ended up being the transmission. So I used my mom's, and not 3 days after I got mine, my mom's broke. So she's down there doing laundry, but the good news is she also does my ironing. She always says one hand washes the other. So I'm Meals on Wheels to her, forever bringing her meals or she's eating with us. And she does a fantastic job at ironing, much better than myself. So that's what she does for me. It's awesome. But you know, back in the day, this is crazy. Back in the day, they ironed everything. They ironed their sheets. She ironed my father's underwear. Come on, y'all. I mean, it was just crazy. So no wonder why she's such a master at it. So we're going to let her carry on. All right. Now I'll just come in with the soft sea foam. And again, it's so light to start with, but so pretty. I'll come in here. And then right around the edge here. We have two sizes of the blending brushes, but I really do like the small ones because you get a little bit more control over it. Just do one quick touch up. So have y'all ever colored with your blends like this, your brushes? Okay. So now that I have that colored, I will go ahead and I am going to take the blends because I did want to add a little bit of yellow on the inside here, just to make it stand out. So then when I pull this off, pull that off, you can see I really didn't go out of the line much because I had that mask around it. So I could actually cut this, put it on something, and leave it solid like this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it with the die machine because that's a card that I want to make and what I'm going to use. So I will take my die cutting machine here. I will take my dies out. Y'all know the trick. Trace your dies before you take them off if you're going to leave them on the cardboard. So this way you know where they go. If not, it is a Rubik's Cube, which I've never been very good at. And then I'm going to put, I have the base plate. I have the die cutting plate for that little bit of thickness. I have my clear number 3 acrylic plate. I will line this up like so. And I like to take a piece of Post-it note and put it on here to hold it in place because they can slide. And after you've done all that coloring, they slide like you're really bummed. So I will put this on here. Put this on top. Make sure all my sides are even because if not, it can bend or bend a die or break a folder. You don't want that either. Then I will just take this, and there I have my beautiful flower, like that. So what I can do is I could take my card like this. I'm going to pop this up, and when I first did this, I really loved it because I love the petal pink on the pecan pie. I just thought it was gorgeous. But I want to show you one other thing that you can do too. You can take designer paper and either use it as a background or mute your designer paper. So what I have here, just like these two, a 3 3/4 inch by 3 1/2 inch piece of Lost Lagoon. Then I have a piece of 3 1/2 by 3 1/4 Celebration Flight and Airy Designer Series paper. So this is a paper, this has been my favorite. I've loved all of them, but this has been my favorite out of the Celebration catalog. So on page 6, you have the Flight and Airy 12 by 12, and you can earn this free through tomorrow only with a minimum $50 order. So this is a paper I'm using. And then I have a piece, exact same size, of 3 1/2 by 3 1/4 inch piece of cardstock vellum. So what I'll do is I am going to put this on here first. See, aren't those birds adorable? I really wish this would have been in the regular catalog because I could create with this all year long, but it's only for Celebration. So when I have this, I could put it on here and I could put on my flower. But I think that's a little loud. So then what I'm going to do is if I put a piece of cardstock vellum over it, it softens it. So we've learned how to softly color, softly make a background, and then softly mute some vellum. Now with the vellum on the tape, you would see through the bottom, so you have to get creative and figure out where to hide it. So I'm just going to put a little piece, maybe like right here. And then put them there. Maybe a piece like here, and hope that will be hidden by my flower. The Stamp and Seal is really strong, so you don't need a whole lot. You probably could have done a liquid glue too. But then when I put this on, see, I pushed hard so you could especially see it. See where I have the tape? What I'm going to do is that's going to be covered with my flower. So I will grab my dimensionals. But I love cardstock vellum. Many, many, many techniques you can do with it. But I do like how you can tone down your designer paper so it's not so loud. And I don't mind that it's up a little bit. I think it gives it layers. I think it's very cool. So we'll pick this off. Hey, Miss Melanie, glad you're in here. Oh, so Gwen, you haven't used the blending brushes to color. Try to put that on your list this week. It's really a lot of fun. Hey, Amy and Carol, glad you are here. So with this, once I put my flower on here, it's much softer. So I have that background, but it's not overpowering my flower. So now you have to tell me, I am going to put it on here because I have the two, and then I want y'all, I like that too. You got to tell me which one you like best. So I am going to also pop this up. I love some good dimension on my cardstock. So remember, you can get the suite in the bundle I showed you through purchasing the starter kit. You would be in my Stampin' family, which is a lot of fun. We have some of the best creative people. So much fun, and they love to share. And there really is no obligation to purchase anything. So please contact me if I can tell you more. But to get both of these in the starter kit for free and still have the extra $23, you would have to do that by tomorrow. And you can go to mycreatingwithcolleen.com and select Join Now, my blog. Or again, if you have questions, please contact me before then. You know, I think it would help if you did have questions that I could answer for you. So now that I have this, y'all know I want to come in with some of my Wink of Stella to add that glittery to it and make it pop. So I'll put that in here. And I love it because it dries immediately. It gives a glittery shine to your card. But here it takes a minute for the comments to come up, but here is what I want to hear from you all. Do you like the pecan pie, or do you like the cardstock vellum with the designer series paper? That's what I want to know. I wasn't sure about this one. Y'all know I usually go out on a limb because I don't have time to do it ahead of time. So this way it's foolproof, but you also know I'm an open book. So if it doesn't work, then it didn't work, and we all do that together, because I will teach you what to do. I'll teach you what not to do. But by golly, my goal is to teach you something. So which one do you like better? The cardstock or the pumpkin pie? Let me see. But these are just, again, some ways to soften a card, to make it the way that you really, really want it. So let's see, who's winning here? Hard to choose, but love the vellum. Love the vellum, 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 vellum. Oh, vellum, it's like a landslide here. Great. Well, guess the way I'll be doing my card from now on. I'm going to be doing it with the cardstock vellum. All right. Well, thank you so much. See, I can create when I have extra people in the stamp room giving me their opinion and helping me out. Mary, okay. Yep, cardstock, cardstock. Okay, it's a landslide. But again, pecan pie is gorgeous with the petal pink. So, fun. Thank you all for being here. So don't forget, Celebration ends tomorrow. Get your free products while you can. Everything is still available. And March 5th for customers is when you will see all of the online exclusive products. So if you want to do any shopping, through tomorrow, please use my host code right here if your order is under $150, and if it's not, then at $150 you start earning 10% of your merchandise back in free product. So skip the host code and do that. And please like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up for my channel. Help me to get the news out there because I am a more the merrier kind of gal. But thank you all for being here. When I see you again, guess what? It will be March. Already into March, and March is crazy this year because we have St. Patty's Day, and 2 weeks later, the last week of March is Easter. So lots of celebrating to do in March. It's just crazy it fell so early. And then Thanksgiving falls really late. So we're all going to be in a tizzy. But thanks for joining me. If I can help you all in any way create, you know I'm always here. So have a blessed day. Do something creative. And I am going downstairs to see Everett. Take care, y'all. God bless. Bye-bye.